Death Candy. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, tired. Just,
Yeah.
it's like, how many days have we been on tour now?
I'd say a good 15 days now.
Okay.
But on and off, so it's
Yeah,
not too bad. But we drove from London today, early this morning.
The last show was at Sheffield.
Sheffield, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the north of England.
And the last 15 days, have you been touring in England or other places around Europe?
In England, yeah.
In England, okay.
Just the UK.
Okay, cool. And are you guys from the UK?
Yeah, me and Frank are.
Mhm.
Jiwoon and Marco. Well, Jiwoon's from South Korea,
Okay.
and Marco is from the south of Italy. So Jiwoon plays bass. He's the one from South
Yeah.
Korea. Yeah, a crazy long-haired guy.
Yeah. Okay.
And Marco is the drummer. So me and Frank both play guitar, and I sing.
Okay. Okay.
They're out exploring at the moment.
Yeah. Enjoying the sights of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Before?
No, we've never performed in Amsterdam before, so it's our first.
Okay, first time.
We did Eurosonic,
Okay.
so we've been to Holland before.
Yeah.
We've
Been here twice now, this year.
Actually, yeah.
In the summer, we came back for, what was the
Yeah,
festival?
of course we did. The Vestrock we did.
Vestrock,
for,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
In summer.
Utrecht, was it? Holst?
Holst, yeah.
Holst.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to remember. And Eurosonic was in
Groningen.
Groningen,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we've been to the Netherlands quite a few times, but this is the first time in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you guys just released an album in November.
Yeah.
How was it creating that?
It was a lot of fun. It took like I think the first album always kind of takes quite a long time, just because it's like finding your sound and everything. So it's been I guess like since we did the EP the year before, we've been kind of like even before then we were like working on a bigger body of work. But yeah, it was good. Like we I think doing the EP was good because we worked with the same producer as the album, so it was good to like get to know him and just like get to know the studio and like improve our sound as well.
Yeah.
We actually spent quite a lot of time doing the EP just because like it was our first record as a band, and we were figuring out how we wanted to record things, and it's like it was a lot. It was harder recording the album, obviously, because it's like more material and like.
Yeah.
I think the process of recording the album was a lot smoother though.
Yeah.
We knew what we wanted to do with it, but obviously we had a lot more songs to record, so there was some stressful times in that, but we still really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun making the record.
Yeah, it's yeah, it was cool. We did most of it live as well, so it was good. We used like a slightly different room to the first record and stuff, so it was cool to kind of figure all that kind of stuff out and try and like capture the live show as much as possible.
Okay, cool. And I listened to a lot of your music, and I noticed it's like quite a heavy sound, a lot of psychedelic elements, sometimes reminiscent of like early Sabbath a little bit,
Yeah.
which is really cool. But what do you guys think is your influences as a group or maybe as individuals?
Like obviously we love all that kind of stuff, but
I think that's where the mutual sort of love is.
Yeah,
everyone's into that sort of thing, and then we all individually listen to different stuff. Yeah, I'm into like electronic music, like techno and dub and stuff, and you know, like what else do we listen to? There's so much.
Yeah, I mean the techno thing is quite a big influence on us because a lot of the other artists that work at the same studio as us are electronic or like techno kind of industrial artists. So it's, even just like the visual side of things, like our artwork is kind of influenced by just being around all those people and just like the intensity of sound as well. Like because we like whilst we were making the record, we went to like a couple of gigs, and like we saw Pow, who's like on XL. He was amazing. So that was like a bit of an influence. It's like totally different type of music, but just like the intensity of his show and like the dynamics and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, apart from that, we just listen to loads of different stuff.
Yeah. So,
Kendrick Lamar.
yeah,
Listening to like the new Kendrick album quite a lot.
Very cool.
And like I like Real Estate and those kind of bands as well.
yeah, obviously bands like the OCs.
Yeah. Neil Young, I'm a massive Neil Young
Oh
fan.
yeah, me too. Cool. So you have a lot of different influences, and maybe you don't take every element of that group or singer, but maybe just the intensity or the kind of melody or something, and incorporate it into your work.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just it's more of a vibe thing. So if I've been listening to a lot of electronic music, some of the stuff might be more rhythmic based or like a bit like straighter rather than like just tempo wise and stuff like that. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. And your group name, Swedish Death Candy, what's the story behind it?
It's actually, have you ever had that Swedish licorice?
Yeah.
They're like really salty grapes. Yeah, it's just that.
Named off
Oh, okay. So you just detested it so much that it was death candy?
Well, kind of, but at the same time, it's like this weird mixture of flavors, and it's like
sort of hits you.
Sweet and salty.
It's intense, it's sweet, and it's salty, and it's kind of gross, but also quite nice. And it's like, I guess it kind of sums up our sound a little bit. That kind of candy.
Yeah.
We actually made some, but when we did a show in my hometown, we made some Swedish Death Candy. Well, the sound man who works at the venue, is a friend of mine. He made some Swedish Death Candy vodka because he's actually Swedish.
Yeah.
So it was
Oh my gosh.
It was like that flavor, but vodka.
I feel like you get so sick from that.
Yeah.
They have in Holland they have something called drop shot.
Yeah.
Which is like it's like the black liquors taste in an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
And it's also, I guess if you like it, it's great. But I drank it and I got so ill once. Europe, how has your fan base been? I mean, what kind of reaction have you been getting from the audience?
I mean, like, it's surprising to us that there was actually quite a lot of people at the show because it's like our first headline tour, and as far as we know, like no one knows who we are. But I don't know, we were proven wrong. Like we kind of went into this tour with no expectations because obviously like the album's only just come out and it's like we only had an EP before and we'd not really toured that much, so
no, this last year we haven't toured as much, and especially in Europe we haven't played that many shows here, so it is always just a bit of a surprise for us.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that you guys produce a pretty unique sound, you know? I mean, there are other psychedelic bands and there are kind of heavier metal bands, but I think, like kind of a heavy psychedelic with some electronic influence is a pretty interesting sound, so I think people like that. You'll get a pretty strong following.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Cool. Well, where are you off to next?
It's Maastricht tomorrow.
Okay, so also in the Netherlands.
Yeah. And then Friday we go to Rennes in France to play Trans Musical Festival.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And how long do you have left to tour?
It's only a few more shows, so it's after the French one.
We've got till like the 14th of December, so not too long.
Yeah.
And when you guys go home, do you have other jobs that you do on the side, or?
Unfortunately, yeah.
We all have to be realists sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you guys do?
I work in a music venue.
Oh, that's at least really, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just work as a bartender.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's like the philosophers of the world. Pretty cool.
Stuff that fits around touring.
Yeah, just so
Yeah,
that
it has
you
to be
can...
flexible for us.
Well, it was really nice to speak with you guys,
You
and
too.
I'm excited to see your show. Good luck tonight, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Okay,
Cheers.
thanks.
Thank you.